Well, it's Mac Track time again tonight, folks. And, unfortunately, as you've already heard tonight, Tracy can't be with us. She's recovering from a pretty severe throat infection. I think she did too much singing at Gympie a week ago at the Gympie muster. So yelling and screaming and carrying on. But no, look, she'll be back on deck next week. Our Mac Track tonight is a young lady, and it's very exciting. I'm always excited when we hear a young person out there taking on country music. And joining me on the line tonight is Danielle Rancie. G'day, Danielle. How you going?
I'm good, thanks, Sharon. How are you?
Oh, look, I'm so good. And look, it's some people say it's still unusual in some cases to get the young people into country music.
Oh, it actually very much is, but that's the thing. I kind of got to take it for everybody, don't I? Because country music is cool, and most people my age don't think it is, but it should be. And that's kind of my goal, to try and get it a bit more mainstream, to be honest. Yeah.
Well, what's your take on the variety of country music available? The things like the pop country, you know, the Taylor Swift, that sort of things, and a little bit of hip hop country, things like Florida Georgia Line. What do you think about those?
Well, honestly, I think obviously music is an expression of art and an expression of your individuality. So, I mean, you can always argue that country music is forever changing, but at the same time, kind of let it, you know, because it's just an expression of yourself. And if that's, you know, you've got specific influences with different artists, then let that be your influence and kind of let that guide music. But I don't think that there's one thing that should be country and shouldn't be. So that's my personal opinion. But, you know, other people will obviously argue different aspects, of course, yeah.
What an awesome answer. I'm going to record that and take that down when someone criticises that my music that I'm playing is not country enough. Good on you. I love that. So tell us the Danielle Rancie story. Whereabouts are you from, and what invoked your music interest in the first place?
Well, I was born and raised in Melbourne, in the city, actually, and I've recently just become a Gold Coast girl. But I moved to America when I was 18 and fresh out of high school, and obviously country music is huge over in the States, much more so mainstream than it is in Australia. And I'd always loved country music and knew of artists and everything and followed it. But it wasn't until I really moved to America that that passion was really evoked in me, because, like I said, it is a lot more mainstream there. And I moved back to Australia, and I went to my first Tamworth Country Music Festival, and I tell you what, that just sold me. I was like, I got to be a part of this world, and I got to do whatever I can to be a part of it. So it pretty much just went from there, really.
Well, we might play your song, and the song we're playing tonight is End of the World. We might play that and come back and talk about the song and a little bit about what is in store for the rest of 2014.
That sounds great.
Here's Danielle Rancie and End of the World. That's Danielle Rancie and End of the World. Oh, what a beautiful voice.
Thank you. That's a special song for me, that one, actually.
How did that come about? Tell us a little bit about the song and the creative juices behind it.
Well, it's obviously tragic first heartbreak. You know, you think you're going to spend the rest of your life with a particular guy, and your world kind of comes crashing down a little bit. And I co-wrote it with my producer, obviously, and it pretty much just wrote itself. I knew exactly what I wanted it to say and exactly how it felt, and a song has never come more easily to me than that one. And that's the one that's getting a lot of traction right now, I think, because a lot of people can relate to it, to be honest.
It's something about country music. It's very relatable, isn't it, when you get that? And someone once said to me, it's either about a boy or a girl. That's it.
Yeah, that's the be-all and end-all. It is, yeah.
So what's in store for the rest of 2014 and beyond for Danielle Rancie?
Well, I'm about to hit the studio again in the next month or so, and might have a few more little sneaky music videos being released in early 2015 as well. So I'm just trying to get as many songs recorded as I can and just get those songs out there, and that's pretty much my main goal at this point, yeah. Now hopefully even a trip to Nashville in November, I'm hoping, to be honest, too. So we'll see how we go with that one.
Well, if you need someone to carry your bags, you know where I am.
Yeah,
done. Now, as far as touring and that sort of thing, is that something that's on your priority, on your radar?
It definitely is for next year. Like I said, I've recently just made a big move from Melbourne to the Gold Coast, and I'm still getting a bit settled up here, and pretty much just taking a lot of time out to do some songwriting. But as of early 2015, I will be pretty much wanting to hit the road as often as I can. I'm actually wanting to go buy a caravan and start travelling around so that I can do exactly that and get out to all those country places and let the songs be heard.
And obviously, we all often talk about the lack of commercial coverage, commercial radio coverage for country music. You really have to get onto the community stations or out into the country where it's prevalent, isn't it?
Oh, you absolutely do. I mean, if it's not for the radio stations, people aren't hearing your music. And if you're not out there yourself, your songs aren't being heard. And so it's a combination of those two very important things that allow your music to get out there and be heard. So you got to be committed to it for sure.
Well, we look forward to hearing some more of your music over the coming months, and a big shout out, a big thank you to Paul Mack for pointing us in the direction of Danielle Rancie. Love the voice, love the sound of the music, and looking forward to what inspirations come out. I hope it's not heartbreak or heartache. I hope there's something a little bit more positive for you that's going to come out of that for the next song.
Oh yeah, I've got a lot more fun ones coming, trust me, and I'm pretty excited to share it with everybody.
Well, we look forward to that. Good luck with the rest of 2014 and beyond, and stick with us, and let's keep in touch with what happens. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes, thank you for having me.